What up? It's your boy Bodyguard back again with another post, y'all. Alright, today I got somebody who is very, very important to me. Alright, this guy was one of the only people that was there to pick me up off the ground once I went down shortly after my mom and my dad. Right? This guy was there every day, making sure I was good, kept my head on straight. And then when it got time to put this shit back together again, he was the motherfucker with the broom and the dustpan, putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. All right, today I got a writer, producer, I have a serial entrepreneur, I have a social media pioneer. There are people who have since stolen his style and are unwilling to say exactly where they seen that shit the first time. But I have none other than the man, my best friend, all right? Anybody who knows who this is, take a quick guess. Y'all better have read that shit. Y'all, today I got Rod Cox, a.k.a. Dallas Food Critic, a.k.a. Rodney Cox, the producer, director. He's just doing this thing all over the place. Let's welcome him to Dallas Spotlight.
Hey, good to be here. Good to be here. Good to be here in Dallas Spotlight.
No, for real, for real. Well, you know, we gonna open it up how I always open it up. Let me ask you, how are you doing, big dog?
I'm doing all right. I'm chilling.
Already.
Doing better. Seeing better days, Love to have some better days coming up on the horizon, so definitely involved with that.
Already. Yeah, I know, my man has been, trucking it on through. Everybody has pitfalls and downfalls that we fall into and run into, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, I have seen you get through the biggest and the toughest of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I know, nothing that gets thrown your way stand a chance.
I mean, yeah, it was, medical bouts or whatever, diagnoses. It'll come at you fast. Life come at you fast. 2025 was a different year. But when you get like an instant diagnosis where you gotta figure it out, and gotta make adjustments, and life gotta take a pause, and life usually don't take a pause, so you just gotta fight through that and through the health risks and cancer and what you got to go through. Mostly it's staying positive, so been able to stay positive, still doing still part of the Pegasus program in Dallas, the film media project program. So shout out to them, shout out to the film cohort, and we've been doing big things. We've been filming a short film for the past 2 weekends. We got a short film coming up this weekend. We got the Pegasus Film Festival coming up where we gonna display some film things, of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm a part of BodyguardTV over here, so working with you, Charles, feel like we got a cheat code in the game. Since right. we got a whole studio over here, and the whole operation of filmmaking, coming up this summer. We got the movie we working on. I got a big announcement. I don't know if I just want to push it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Let's wait to the end. Let's say that was on the end.
Wait to the end. I know people. There's a lot of people in Lancaster that's interested in what are we. We've been having a media company going on for the past. We're coming up on 2 years, in Lancaster, offering all type of media stuff. But we want to push it bigger. We want to push it further. But go back to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Dallas Spotlight, with the Bodyguard. So, not too often do I come on a podcast. I'm usually behind the scenes, as he knows. Usually the one that's making the connections to get you on the screen, or telling you how much a podcast costs and what you're gonna need and all those type of questions. So I ain't usually not getting interviewed, but on Dallas Spotlight, we tend to get those candid interviews with the people that you want to know. So definitely I had to jump on here and give Bodyguard a little bit more access.
Right, because everybody's always asking me, what I'm saying? They're like, "Hey, man, how's Cox doing? Is everything okay? Is is this that or whatever?" I mean, let's just let the cat out of the bag. You know what I'm saying? On the first one, all right, we look up and we see that you get knocked down with cancer, right?
Yeah.
And then we look up and we see a GoFundMe page go up,
Yeah.
right? And then we look up and we start to see you on set, and we've learned that you started film school with the Pegasus Media Group, right?
Well, I've been in film school since September. Before I went into the hospital, I went to the hospital for about a month in October. So before that, I was already in Pegasus and a part of that cohort, which lasts a year. So I already made the commitment of going through it. So even with a medical diagnosis and having to go through a heavy part of treatment for a few months to get my kidneys back in order, I'm still a part of the film group. I'm still had to go to class every week and still do the assignments and learning a lot, learning about the cameras, learning about production, learning about making production Bibles and, similar to what Mike Fees on this show was talking about, just learning about more filmmaking and everything that goes with filmmaking. Why you can have a camera, you can have the lights, you can have all that, but, you want to know everything that you can know to create the best product, just like a chef. I know I got eggs, I know I got flour, but I want to make a cake. I know it take this, but then once you realize, you put a little bit more sugar, you put some brown sugar, you put some cinnamon. If you use this cake pan and cook it this way, it can be this way. Then you learn, okay, there's so much more elements I can put into making this the best dish that I can. And filmmaking is similar to that, using other people's ideas and the way that they come across and the way that they capture things and just the way that they tell their stories and their point of views. You can kind of encapsulate that and use that to make a better product, a better film, a better movie. With me, myself, and just my journey into media, I was dropped the Dallas Food Critics season. Of course, right. Bodyguard
makes you a bit of a pioneer out here.
Bodyguard produced the Dallas Food Critic.
Right, but me, I'm just a shooter. You know what I'm saying? The idea was yours.
Later I learned that. Right. Once I got into film school and I realized, well, damn, a lot of the elements into making this, I did. You know what I'm saying? Just,
right.
Hey, Charles, I want you to capture me looking this way.
Right.
I want you to get me walking this. I want you to do this and this. I'm directing. You know what I'm saying? I'm directing a whole show. You know what I'm saying? As far as producing it, I pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as far as, so I'm an executive producer. So then it's like, okay, then knowing to use, to go to Charles, who's the editor, who was the producer, who was the shooter. You know what I'm saying? Just with his style of editing and everything like that, I realized, okay, if I did that with no knowledge, other people seen it because Charles told me they're gonna see it. He was like, hey,
"Oh yeah, they was telling us they seen it."
He's like, they're gonna see it and they're gonna ask you these questions, just like the ad agency, the Richards Group. The
Right.
Richards Group contacted me for an interview. And they was like, we want to bring you on. I was like, Charles, the Richards Group was hollering at me. Who is the Richards Group first? Because I'm working in the food industry at a restaurant. And he was like, well, bro, they're the top, they're an ad agency, and they want you because they think you're me. They want you and they think you're me because of everything I've done. They think you're me. I was like, they think I'm you? Yeah, they think of me. So I was like, okay. Later, when I did my research, they have a production crew. They have cameras. They have everything. They have everything that makes a production. They don't have the person that makes ideas that says,
Right.
hey, this is a great idea. Boom, boom, boom. They got a bunch of people that can make your idea happen, but they don't make ideas.
Right.
They're just people who know how to work a camera, work lights, and do the technical job, but they're not the person that gets the idea. So
Right.
then I realized when it comes to advertising, there's a company that contacts that agency, and that company is basically paying that agency to come up with an idea and a whole commercial. Like,
Right.
we want you to come up with an idea to sell my shit and do a commercial. I'm just going to give you money.
Right.
So the
And that's
ad
why.
agency has to say, okay, do you like this commercial? Do you like this commercial? Do you like this commercial? And the client says yes. And then they produce the commercial. So they have to have people that come up with ideas for those companies that are out of the box.
Right. And that's what makes stuff like TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff so dangerous, because you have a group of people and all they have is ideas and time. They don't have the money for the lights. They don't have the money for the cameras. They don't have the money for, but what winds up happening is that you, the viewers, vote with your time that these guys are worth it. And then because they're getting your time, and these platforms get paid off of you spending your time, and it translates into money. So in turn, for them getting your time, now they have to pay these creators money, and then those creators have an opportunity to go out here and pay for higher quality, higher tier media, right? Now, there's one or two ways to do it, right? You can say, hey, I've already been doing this myself, so I'm going to go ahead and learn how to do it at a higher level. Or you can just take the cheap route, you know what I'm saying? Which, it's not really a cheap route. It's really actually, it's the better route for me, right? Now, I'm saying that because I am a media company, right? So, it is better for me because it gives me more opportunities to get hired, right? But at the same time, how fast could you get stuff done if you could, like, literally clone yourself? Well, cloning yourself is the literal personification of splitting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like paying somebody is that literal, like, direct correlation too, right? You can't split yourself or expect somebody to care about your project just as much as you do. But what you can do is go ahead and pay somebody to care about your project just as much as you do, right? Because like I know, like, how hard is it to get people to care about your project if you're not paying them? Like,
It depends on what you mean by hard. And sometimes if they like you, they're just happy that you have a project that they can invest in. So then they will help. As far as it's yes, but people. What I've learned is that from what other people tell me, so it just seems to be the consensus, is that people can be jealous. So of course they don't want to help you succeed in something. If you're doing a great idea or something that's good, they don't want, they be much more comfortable with it being somebody they don't know than somebody that they do know, because then there becomes the jealousy of, why didn't I think of it? Or
right.
If I'm going to give all this time and this energy towards helping him with his idea, do I have a matching idea to get this time and energy back towards me? And most of the time it's no. And it ain't your fault. You just don't have an idea yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how people feel.
Right. We talk about that a lot, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to why people don't invest in their own people. Man, tell y'all the story, man. You know what I'm saying? I got this guy. He's a good friend of mine, right? Good friend of mine. I don't have any ill will towards why he chose to do it that way, but I will say I did feel slighted. You know what I'm saying? There was a little show, and it wasn't really a little show. It was like one of the first shows that kind of helped me get out there and do my thing. He introduced me to a lot of people, kind of, you know what I'm saying, was my introductory to the game. And right now he's doing some big things. He's out there in some big places. He just, you know what I'm saying, interviewed Kyrie Irving at the last event he was at. And we saw that, but the name of the show was Word on the Street with Judah, right? And that was a show that I really wanted to grow with, right? But it kind of decided to grow without me. And I, at the end of the day, I actually was feeling like I had done something wrong, right? Like I did something that made him be like, hey, yeah, nah, I don't wanna involve this guy in my growth, or you know what I'm saying. Even though we talked, you know what I'm saying. He's been on the other version of this show before I decided to bring it in studio like this, you know. And I've spotlighted him a few times, you know, because I believe in what he's doing. I've always believed in what he's done. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, I just kind of wonder why I wasn't, you know, I guess brought into the other side, you know. Like what did I do to make, you know what I'm saying, to make me be ineligible with all my skills and knowledge for wanting to help out with something that, you know, that I help create. You see what I'm saying? If and that's what I'm saying. Like I see, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was, you know, maybe I was doing too much, or maybe he felt like I was stepping on his shoes, or what, you know. But like I say, we cool. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, unless we not cool and I don't know, then that would be, you know. But nah, he ain't that type of dude. He'll just tell you. He's just like, hey, nigga, I got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So he'll just tell you. We've been there before too. So, you know.
So, did they come at you as a client, or did you kick the idea to him?
Well,
before it started, before you did Word on the Street with Judah, did he come at you like a client, or did you say, hey, why don't you do this show called Word on the Street? And we'll call it, you know, did you give him the idea per se, or was it just a client type thing?
Well, you were there, you know what I'm saying? You were in the room. We came in that bad boy and we brainstormed together, right? I wanted to lean more into his street performances, because that was how I caught wind of him. That was what caught my eye.
The street journalism.
Right, the street journalism. I wanted to get out there and be his cameraman for the street journalism, right? But when you're sitting in a studio, the wheels get to turning. Like when you look up and you're like, hey, well, what can we do in here?
There's a set.
Right, there's a set. You know, so we're sitting like 7 feet from my set, you know, and we're just thinking, well, how about I bring people in here? How about I do this? And that was the actual show was his idea.
Yeah. I want to be like Martin Lawrence on fucking Martin.
Right.
Yeah, like his show. I want that exact same show just with me. He was like, all right, we can do that.
All right, we can do that. So, you know, all credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of wish that relationship had been a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying? Because I invested a lot of energy and love into that. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of felt like being on the outside looking in, that kind of hurt me a little bit. That's it.
Why were you hurt?
Why was I hurt?
Yeah.
Because when you believe in somebody,
okay,
right, and then they tell you that they value you,
they do,
right?
What they can't pay you.
If it sometimes you don't need them to pay you.
But it's we don't need to pay you, but you know, sometimes people don't want to feel indebted if they know this costs X amount of money. So
right.
why would we want to go? Why would we want to be indebted to him? You know what I'm saying? And to play devil's advocate, on this subject, maybe he wanted to learn to do it himself. And say, okay,
he did.
He wanted, so
like
in his journey in learning to do it himself, he doesn't want to go, he wants to do it himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He wants to do it himself. So he's met a man that's doing it.
Right. So he knows it's possible.
So now he sees it's possible, just like Mike Fees. You know what I'm saying? I threw TV on there because of you. I did this because of you. You know what I'm saying? I was inspired by you. So with that, it's like, okay, and his girl next to him, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if my girl in her, she can't be fascinated by this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't never
it don't matter. It don't matter. But it don't what? Get out of it. It does not matter. I don't care if she is or not. I am. So she can't even be in the room. I don't want her saying, well, just ask him. You know he can do it. I'm not gonna let my girl tell me to go ask another man because she know he can do it. You laughing, but I'm not. So I know him as a man. Like, nah, baby, I'm doing my goddamn self. Nigga, you do it too. Let Chloe walk up in here and she and what? Oh, you need to just go ask him. You know you can't do it, baby. You need to go ask him. He already doing it. We need him.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, I mean,
What? You ain't gonna give her the opportunity to say that. Of course not. You're cutting it out immediately. Nah, baby, we got this.
She'd have to pack her shit.
I've seen it.
Straight up.
I'm
She'd
not
have
even.
to pack her shit.
I'm not.
She
even,
can't. Yeah, she can't. You know.
I'm not even gonna name names. I'm not even gonna name them. But I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not even gonna name names. Me and you. Okay. That's any man, nigga. That's any man. So I got an example. We had a consultation. Me and you, we're not naming names. Me and you had a consultation with a chick.
Right.
She came in here for a dating show. I said, hey, we gonna go and do the dating show. It's gonna pop. I already got the concept. Boom, 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 boom. You know, you was like, hey, let me show you the green room. We take her downstairs. She look at the green room. You were like, we can do anything. Woo. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, you know, I need somebody to invest in me. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, getting a player prize, the investment. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, got a dude. Went and talked to her dude. Hey, these guys are offering me this. When I talked to her, she was like, yeah, my guy's gonna do. Of course he is. You can't go home and start saying what other men can do for you. Because immediately, as your guy, you're going to squash that. I've seen it repetitively happen with women. If they have a dude, when it comes to media, he squashes that. You do it yourself with your girl. She'll have an audition and you be like, oh, I don't like that. We're squashing that. It's squashed. You know what I'm saying? So I heard with you too. I don't like you working with them, baby. They're naked. You're right, baby. It's disrespectful. I can't put a camera between their legs. You're right, baby. It is kind of porn. And what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, it's all type of. It's all so new. So with me and his girl is similar to you and your girl, dude. They do everything together. That's his producing partner. They straight say it. This is my producing partner. Everything they do, they tag each other in it. They're producing partners. You know, if he on film, she had the camera. They're producing partners. So
right.
When you have a producing female partner, all of y'all's work is muddled together. Everything that y'all do is muddled together. Rather it's shitty, rather it's good, it's muddled together because it's y'all two. So I didn't, even with you having that and wanting to be a part of that, I think it was more like, now I can do it. Now, you know what I'm saying? And I know how that goes. Now, baby, buy me the camera. Buy me this camera. I need this camera. Nah, we gonna do it us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the knowledge of learning how to do it is invaluable. Yeah, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But collaboration does work. You know what I'm saying? But that's what
collaboration is key. That's
and collaboration can happen. But I just personally feel like since a female is involved, it ain't gonna go as easily as just men doing business. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can do it good, I can do it good. We just match up and do it great, and we move on. You know what I'm saying? With women involved, no, it doesn't go that way. And that's how I felt. Like I'm not gonna have my girl be telling me that. Man, you should just do what Bodyguard told me to do. Oh, you been what?
Right. But I still wish I could, get that one back. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could get that one back. Because I know that we could have done.
So you feel like homie just said no, I'm not working.
Nah, it ain't.
Or left you on red because you say get it back like he won't work with you. I know he did. He had reached out and said he had an idea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I really wish that I could be out there doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no question on whether or not it can be done. because we're watching people do it, right? But I can't hold the camera and be out there. You see what I'm saying? I would do it myself if I had somebody to hold my camera.
Oh, my camera.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I say that to say this. Just as much as we need y'all, shooters needing the just as much as we need you guys to shoot, because we can't shoot ourselves, right? It's the same way y'all need us. So the nature is symbiotic. It's not something that's just like, okay, well, I got this idea, but I don't know how to put this idea out there, right? It's more so, I got this idea and I got this guy who believes in the idea with me, and then that's how we get to the bag. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to Big Ja talk about how him and his team went from filming on their cell phones to the lesbian homie. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, when you listen to him talk about how they did that, he had a couple friends who was already new to game, right? And he was like, okay, well, this is what I'm trying to do. So they start showing up in each other's stuff, right? And then just so happens, they all start showing up in each other's stuff. And then next thing you know, boom, they blow up, right? So now they're like, okay, well, how do we make this better? They start buying cameras. He said they started buying cameras, and you know what I'm saying, they was trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. And then they noticed that their production slowed down because they were trying to teach themselves how to do new stuff, right? So at the end of the day, they all decided that, hey, instead of us trying to learn how to do this ourselves, why don't we just focus on the parts that we're good at and then let somebody else focus on this part that they're good at, right? So what winds up happening is that they just decided to be in front of the camera. And then they started paying people to work their cameras, right? And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you're good at a specific thing, it's in your nature, this is what you do, right? It doesn't make sense to take yourself out your mode to go do something else. You see what I'm saying? That just don't make sense to me. I will never, ever, ever be like, yeah. I can support you taking yourself out your position so that you can try to do something else that you never thought about doing. Your dream is this way. Why would you take yourself in the other direction?
You offering support.
Right.
And support behind the project.
Right.
Do you only want to support him the way that you want to support him? Or because since it is his, the support will be the support that he wants.
Right. But it's the same way I did with you. It's the same way I did. It's the same way I did with everybody. I do with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't ever force anybody to do
the same
anything.
way that you do with everybody, right?
Right.
You've done multiple projects.
Right.
You've done multiple projects. So from buddies to the Buddies and Beauty House. Let's take Buddies and Beauty House for example. Those are both two great ideas, two great shows that were produced. You know what I'm saying? Out of Bodyguard TV. With that client,
let's not forget about Jungle Chef.
I'm just going those two.
Okay.
But because Jungle Chef, I don't know what he's doing with it, but I know those other two did something with it.
I told you brought it back.
No,
it's downstairs right now.
But hear me out. Jungle Chef too. Y'all don't know nothing about Jungle Chef. Jungle Chef is dope. Jungle Chef is dope. You know what I'm saying? It is a dope show. Usually in production, we'll shoot a whole fucking show. We'll shoot a whole show. And then it got to go to editing and it got to go to post. And you don't know when, where, anything. You know what I'm saying? When it goes to post. So there's a whole other process after you shoot the show. That's why some shows, some pilot episodes on TV, they're shot a whole year in advance. You don't even know that it was shot because you got to do other stuff after post. But anyways, I'm going Beauty House and I'm going Buddies because we produced the shows and then they went to the client and the client did whatever they wanted to do with that show. Whether they edited themselves or did anything like that. After you shot those shows, you wasn't tripping if they didn't want to continue with you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't like, hey, this is a great show. You know what I'm saying? But you wasn't tripping if they didn't say, okay, I want you to shoot the next Beauty House. You wasn't tripping. So when it I think it just goes to that project. I just think shit, you wanted to work with it. I just think homie just wanted to do his own thing.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think everybody's entitled to do what they want to do. You know, but it still doesn't stop me from wanting to, you know, be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
To make it better?
It's not even
Or
about
whatever,
making
just
it better.
be a part of it?
It's wanting to be a part of it, right? It's like this, right? I know I can fight, right? Good as hell, right? Provided the parameters are right, and we do, like, I know I'm very, very effective.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't expect anybody to get out there and fight, right? And I'm there and not help out. You see what I'm saying? Because that's my strong suit. That's what I'm good at doing. And I believe that when you're in a team structure, right? Like, you play to the strengths of the team so that the team has a higher chance of being successful.
Of course.
Right? It's like on any film set, right? My skill set is vast for a reason, because you know you have people who they specialize in certain sections, right? Well, how do I help those people who are specialists? By knowing just enough, if not more, than they know, so that I can help them do what they do better, right? Because at the end of the day, when you're put in a position, you still hold that position. So regardless of who came up with the idea or where that, like, nobody gives a fuck about that. The only thing people care about is, did the job get done? Are we watching this show or not? Is this movie coming out or not? You see what I'm saying? We can look at it and we say, oh yeah, well, man, that looks great. Man, those shots were beautiful. Man, that was awesome. But if it doesn't come out, do we care?
No.
No. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, it don't matter who came up with what or why, unless you start talking about, you know, like lavish and copious amounts of money rushing in, and then, you know, now at that point in time, yeah, okay, now it's important, right? But when you just starting out ground level and everybody on the ground level, like, bro, doesn't matter. Just get some shit done. You see what I'm saying? Because in order to get there, you got to get some shit done. And that's where I'm coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who came up with what or how, whatever, you know what I'm saying? What matters is that, am I fucking with the people that I like to fuck with?
You can't dream for them, Charles. You can't
anybody.
You can't make them help, make them want. You can't dream for them. A lot of times in the past 2 years, you want to dream for niggas.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't. I have not dreamt. I haven't dreamt for not one nigga.
I don't like to name names. I don't like to name names. But you've dreamed for niggas. Stop.
Who did I dream for?
What are you talking about? The homie from Buddies. Niggas wouldn't see Buddies if you hadn't have told that nigga, man, go on and put it out. Go on and put it out. Go on and do what he got to do. I already shot the show. No, you ain't got the money to pay for it. But go on and put it out so people can see the show. Now I was a nigga's director of the year after he put it out, but he wasn't allowed to put it out unless you told him to put it out. Hey, put it out. Hey, I shot the show for you. Hey, I showed you that your script can become something real and it can become something. I dreamed for you.
I didn't dream for him. He had a dream. He brought the script to us.
He had the money. He ain't have enough money to pay for what we did. He was under budget. The movie couldn't come out because he ain't pay for it. He was in the hole. Hundreds of dollars. Don't play me. Thousands of dollars. He don't play me. He was in the hole. We dreamed for him. We came, said, hey, fool, we can make your dream come true. Boom, 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 boom. Made the nigga dream come true. Then he got fooly with it. We let him get fooly with it. We let him get fooly, but I say that to say, in dreaming for other people, fool, most of the time we have to force the hand to make people. And in this last year, we said, what did you say? I'm not helping nobody else dream. I'm not finna sit here and push nobody else's dream for what? They're paying us to help them have their dream come true. Then what about us? Our dreams don't get to come true because we're helping them get their dream come true.
Right, but that's the thing about collaboration, right? Is that when somebody has a dream, if you're there for the collaboration, then you're going to put all of your skills and time and money because they're hiring you to do so.
Man, I've seen.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I've seen us work with people just because their dream was good, and we knew they couldn't afford it, but they just had a good dream. And we was like, all right, you got your pieces together. You're working towards your dream. You can meet us halfway. Yeah, we'll work with you to get it done because we mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least you've done your part. We can do our part. You know what I'm saying? It came down to we're not going to do everything for you. We're not going to do everything for you and then slap your name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not doing that. That's where then, you know what I'm saying, for me personally, you know what I'm saying, I go into the hospital and boom, 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 and I'm like, oh, I could have died. Why am I helping other people dream? You know what I'm saying? I should work on my own dreams. You know what I'm saying? I should be out here with a dream. If I'm a nigga that's gonna die, you know what I'm saying? If I could die, why would that come with a dream? You know what I'm saying? At least I have some input on the world that I know we can do because we can make a movie. You know what I'm saying? We can do all that. We can do everything in filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? We're just not seasoned veterans in filmmaking, but we can do everything in filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we have a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seasoned. None of us have a license, but we got a Ferrari. We know how the engine work. We know how to drive. You know what I'm saying? None of us won no F1 Cup. You know what I'm saying? We ain't raced it yet, but we got a Ferrari, and everybody ain't even got a race car. So It's like from that analogy of it, then it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's why we coming out with the Lancaster movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, we 214 Creators, Bodyguard TV. We shooting a movie. We shooting us a feature film. We in pre-production on that. Bodyguard gonna do he's director of photography on this movie. So we know we got him. I'm directing. I'm doing writing. You know what I'm saying? Producing. But I'm getting my fortune into directing this. You know what I'm saying? I might. We are gonna soon put out a submission flyer to get people on board with this movie.
Yeah, we're gonna produce that flyer ourselves too. Casting, ChatGPT.
This is all coming up out of 214 Creators to give people a shot to be in the movie. Give us we got full production control of this movie. We know enough people. We're trying to put Lancaster on the map, Dallas on the map, Dallas black filmmaking in general on the independent scene, trying to do something different. We both been in the film game coming up on media game, coming up on 5 years, 6 years. And it's time. It's time we leave something different, time we do something different. We can, so we have to. There's a lot of people that want to be in a movie, want to have their mark. We looking for a first AD. We looking for all the roles in productions. I want to give some people a chance. Want to get some veterans up in there. Anybody that wants to make a great movie with a great script, and then we get us a great cast together. And
right.
And that's it. You know, it's gonna be a action drama set in Lancaster. So in present day Lancaster, we gotta have a Lancaster feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen a Lancaster movie. I mean, there's a Compton movie. There's a lot of movies set in different different places. So I think it'll be cool to have a Lancaster movie. You know what I'm saying? That I think that'll be dope. You know,
Right. And you know what I'm saying? The thing about it is that thing about it for me is that, man, say if it's your spot and it's interesting to you, you can make it interesting to other people. Like that's the crazy part about this situation. It's like you can't. It's like if I lived in DeSoto and I was a filmmaker, and I know it ain't no DeSoto movie out, then I'm gonna make a DeSoto movie. I just don't live in DeSoto. I live in Lancaster.
I don't
So I'm pouring all my stuff into Lancaster, right? Everything like, and I kind of get mad about that when I see people that, you know, could do stuff like that to bring more limelight to the city and they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. You know, I done seen people lend their star power to other cities that they don't even live in because they auntie stay there. Or because they grandma stay there. But nigga, your mama live in Lancaster.
Why not us?
Right. Why not us? Why you know what I'm saying? Like
why do we buy all this equipment? Why do we have all this know-how? Why do we do all this if we can't do it ourselves and make something great and make something that everybody be proud of if we just gonna put the stamp of the city? And like I told you, you know, as far as storytellers, we got the pen and the pad. You know, we got the cameras and the production and everything that it takes to make it go. So we have to do it. I feel like there's a responsibility to do it before we go where we're going in this filmmaking space. You know, what if you know, in the filmmaking space it takes us to New York, you know what I'm saying, or to LA to work for Los Angeles grip and lighting, you know what I'm saying, and they give us a salary job or anything like that, then it's gonna be like, dang, we getting paid, we working for this company, we're working for Paramount, we're working for Amazon Prime, doing whatever, making money. You know, remember when we was in Lancaster, bro, and we had everything? We should have shot that Lancaster movie.
Right. Yeah,
no, we're gonna go ahead and shoot the movie now, so we can say, "Hey, we shot that Lancaster movie, bro. Go stream it on Amazon Prime." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, go give it a look. You know what I'm saying? What you think about this and all the excitement? You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to movies and films, like I was telling Bodyguard. Just growing up, that was me and my sister's thing. We watched all the movies. We had all the tapes. We'd only get cable like during the free 3 months, and then they cut that bug off. But for them 3 months, we recording movies off Stars on video VHS tapes. We watching the movies, and you know, it's like, who don't want to be a part or to make a movie great? You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
The Casinos, the Godfather movies, the Scarface movies, the Heat. You know what I'm saying? Heat, one of the dopest movies of all time when it comes to shootouts. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to shootouts and like robbing. You know what I'm saying? The movie Heat had Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in it, and it had homeboy Val Kilmer. You know what I'm saying? But just that those shootouts that they had on the streets when they got pulled up by the laws is like in cinema one of the top shootout scenes of all time. You know, so just I want to have the shootout in the movie. You know what I'm saying? When the laws pull up and it's just hella dramatic, like. Like straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like you remember when you would go to the movies, bro? Here come the shootout scene, and it's just. Like it's just the whole theater rocking, nigga, because it's then the nigga like all of that. Like to have that scene in the movie, bro, is just, you gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to throw those elements into a movie that make it dope. You know what I'm saying? Like my partner Ernesto, he would always talk about, he's like, man, bro, he loves Belly. You know what I'm saying? And Belly is a hood classic. That was our first, Belly was one of the first hip hop movies that was just hyped. It had DMX, had Nas in it, had T-Boz. So we was like,
Yeah,
you gotta
all the rapper actors.
the hip hops.
Yeah.
Hype Williams, it was Hype Williams' first movie, and he was the hip hop music video pioneer. So it was like, we giving Hype Williams money for a movie. We gotta watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they get Half Pipe Films money for a movie, or one of these music video cats. So boom, he got a movie. So we watched the movie. Barely, you know, the editing, they could have did better, in my opinion. The storyline kind of, but it was dope. It was like, especially with the lighting at the beginning of the movie in that club, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up genre defying scene with the lighting, with the contact lenses in his eyes, and just all of that. You know what I'm saying? But Ernesto talk about when he went to see Lennox in Jamaica, and on the table he just had a bowl full of weed. Niggas just had like this big ass bowl. It was just full of weed buds, you know, and he was just smoking out the bowl. And my partner was like, man, that was just dope. I wanted like Onyx. I want to have a bowl like Onyx, and blah, 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 blah. And that's on art department. That's on prop department, just having that bowl. But he thought it was the dopest thing ever. So we gotta have dope things ever in our movie that people be like, man, I would, you know what I'm saying? Well, when homeboy went to that closet and we seen all them guns, bro, I want a gun closet like his. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Bodyguard, you know, you get in the movie, I want you to go to your gun closet and you got all these guns, and people, we would have never thought, you know what I'm saying? Like something dope like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, those little things in movies that make movies that we able to implement that. We able to implement all of those ideas. You know what I'm saying? Just like Bodyguard, him fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to implement you in a fight scene. Why wouldn't we?
Right.
Why wouldn't we? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the magic of it, is being able to put those into a movie, you know what I'm saying, that's long standing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I feel like it's our duty, bro, to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I've seen movies that got shot about this area, right? And when I say this area, I'm talking about the southern sector suburbs of Dallas, right? And ain't nobody made no movie about Lancaster Track. You see what I'm saying? I done seen
Charlotte Butler story.
Huh?
The Charlotte Butler story.
What? When did that get dropped?
It's a movie, a big movie. It was on Amazon Prime.
What?
It was on Amazon Prime. It's called The Charlotte Butler Story. It's the story of Sheree Butler's sister who died running track at Lancaster.
I never seen that.
What's out there?
Who made that?
Look it up.
I'm gonna look at that.
It's a real movie.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I ain't even know.
Yeah. A real movie.
What? Damn. Let me take some time to look that up right quick.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's on Tubi.
Yeah. It dropped in 2011?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's off the chain. See, I wasn't even thinking about no film back then. I was busy thinking about criminal justice. You know what I'm saying? I'm graduating that year.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was a movie made. That's a movie made about Lancaster Track.
What? This is crazy. Taught me something new.
Yeah, bro. I'm into movies, Charles. I'm into movies. I watch movies. I know what's up. You know what I'm saying? For me to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm into like the good, like the mainstream movies. There's so many, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Charlotte Butler movie is a mainstream movie at the time. So it's about Lancaster track. So we got a movie out there about Lancaster track.
Right.
And it's a good story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's all good. But now, that's 15 years ago. So for 15 years, ain't nobody touched that space.
Right.
With no storytelling coming from here. You know what I'm saying? So herein, we have the opportunity. We don't have to go holler. We are the network.
Right. And on top of that, if we want to do anything sports related, we still have contacts with everybody that was in that bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Greg Williams?
Yeah.
You know Greg Williams?
Yeah.
You know Coach Williams?
Of course.
Coach Williams is a legend in Lancaster, Texas. Coaching legend.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Coaching
Let me
legend.
ask you a question.
Yes.
You are an L-Town native.
Yep.
Greg Williams or Beverly Humphrey?
We're gonna go Beverly Humphrey first. We're not gonna go Greg Williams first. Greg Williams was the guy that was there doing it in 2005, and this is 20 years later, and over the past 20 years, he continued to do it. Beverly Williams was that chick when we was there in 2005. She was already donned in Lancaster. What do you mean?
Right. When did they win their
Jerica Chapel.
They won their first one in what?
Jerica Chapel.
They won their first
01, nigga.
01? Yeah, they won their first one 01. Because I know they had one. I know they had one.
Jameson Curlin's sister was on that track team.
I know they had won 3 of them before we won one.
What you mean, bro?
Right.
They had posters, medals. They was in the glass frame. What you mean?
Right.
Jameson Curlin's sister was in the chapel, Jerica Chapel in the glass frame. 01.
Right.
They did it. We was there. The seniors from our freshman year set the mark, broke the records, and then they continued the legacy all the way down to the charades. And other homegirl that was the dark chick that was super fast.
Talking about Tashana Langston.
Tashana Langston.
Tashana Langston.
Yeah,
McAllister at Sade Lane.
Sade Lane.
Right. That was our fourth.
You know them.
Of course I know them.
You know them. What do you mean track legends in Lancaster?
Track legends.
They earned it.
They did. You know what I'm saying?
They earned it. Yeah. He coached with Beverly Williams. I had her in gym class. Beverly Humphrey had her in gym class as my gym teacher. She didn't do nothing. She just gave me an A. She literally didn't teach. She didn't have to. Sorry, fool. Like when it came to coaches at Lancaster, bro, if you winning, you didn't do nothing in class. Nothing. We knew your class was an easy A. You wasn't finna teach shit.
Yeah.
Beverly Humphrey ain't teach us nothing.
I mean, like, think about it. How much teaching in athletics did you have to do?
Man, you can learn in gym. You can take them outside of them playing baseball. You can have them playing some intermediate sports. You could teach about the game of badminton. You could teach them about all these different things. Beverly Humphrey did nothing, bro. Literally did nothing, bro. Got just easy A. She won state.
Dang.
She won state, but Beverly Humphrey.
Wait a minute. But when you got over to Andrew Jackson's athletics class, what did we do there?
I didn't even have class with him. He wasn't a teacher. Oh,
no.
athletics?
Yes.
Athletics?
You did have a class.
Oh, athletics.
Athletics.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do in there?
I'm on the field at 2:30.
Right.
We on the field to pad it up at 2:30.
Right. Now here's the thing. For the period of that's after school. But for the period of athletics, you better get your ass in that weight room, son.
You 2:30, nigga. Your ass is here 2:30 to 8.
You right
during season.
Right.
Then off season, you're doing Tombo in the off season. You're doing stupid shit during the off season. You're running around Lancaster. You're doing stupid shit. Come on, fool. We already know.
Yeah, you can't put them.
You better join the second sport in that second semester. Nigga. You better go play baseball. You better go play soccer. You better go find you something to do. Having football as athletics your second semester sucks. We know that. But let's
No,
either
but you could, I mean, like athletics was the period.
you
but
joined track. I joined
whatever
track.
sport
track
that you were, whatever sport that you were associated with at the time for the season, that's where you went, right? So if you was like me, I played football, baseball, and ran track. Right. So
Yeah.
during those seasons, and track was like a loose affiliation. Like I only ran track because my brother ran track. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I was And then on top of that, I didn't even get my speed till college.
I think I was on the Lancaster track team one year. Did shot put, and it was fun. Cause we didn't do anything but practice with Coach Miller, and then run. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
fun.
Yeah.
You're on the Lancaster track team, bro. You go to them track meets. You're envied by everybody. The track meets was the best thing, cause everybody was like, "Oh, Lancaster here. Oh, they're gonna smoke us." Oh, we was smoking niggas. Say Beverly Humphrey set the standard when she won state in 01, and then Coach Williams was right there next to her looking, and he learned the sauce, and he seen what she was doing with the girls and their discipline, and he put that into the men's track team, and they soon after won state. We set the record in 05 with the boys track team. Rodney Mims. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, you think it was Beverly Humphreys that
She did it first.
that infused the boys track team?
No, that influenced Coach Williams.
No, I'm saying you think that it was Beverly Williams and
Beverly
her
Humphrey.
success.
Beverly Humphrey.
Beverly Humphrey, right. That's what catapulted the men to do that?
That's what influenced Greg Williams to become, that helped Greg Williams into becoming the Greg Williams that he is today, to get the track meet named after him. He was there with Beverly Humphrey, who by 05, they named the stadium after her in 06. That's 20 years ago. That stadium's been named the Beverly Humphrey Stadium. She 20 years has been named after her. So she'd already been there on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because she won state first.
Damn, fool. We old than a motherfucker.
Right. Now, Coach Williams was there. Coach Williams won state in 05, but it was after Beverly Humphrey. And Beverly Humphrey was continuously winning state with the girls after they broke through in 01. So her name was already etched there, nigga.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old girl from the North Carolina women's basketball coach, Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley is the best women's basketball coach since old girl from Tennessee, the old white lady that used to coach basketball in Tennessee, Pat Summit. They named the court after her, Summit Court. You remember Pat Summit? You know what I'm saying? Dawn Staley's the black Pat Summit. Ain't nobody better than Dawn Staley. She's the top coach. Her team's better. Every year, she's the coach. If you the men's South Carolina basketball coach, and then you take your team and y'all win in the finals, you're always under Dawn Staley's umbrella. She did it first. She was the championship coach. Boom, 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 boom. So if 20 years later you get your accolades as the men's coach, they're gonna mention Dawn Staley and say she created the winning culture at South Carolina when it comes to that basketball shit.
Right. Dang. Okay. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
But I know Coach Williams, and Coach Williams is a legend, and Coach Williams did his thing, and he's been there. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna ever talk negative of him because he was the young coach when we was there. He was in his imprinting time. You know what I'm saying? He was making imprints on the football field and on the track field. We know him as our football coach because outside of track season, he was coaching football. He was Coach Williams. Then he was the track coach.
That nigga didn't like me.
So he's Coach Williams.
That's
Coach Sad Jack didn't like me. Sad Jack. I seen him years later, at an alumni party trying to holler at a chick. Sad Jack. And I had
hey, hold on, you finna violate player code.
Oh yeah.
You gotta lean up off that one, like
Yeah.
hey, what? I don't hear that.
Yeah. He cool. We cool now. We cool. But yeah. Sad Jack, bro. Them coaches were assholes, bro. They're coaches. What do you mean?
Yeah, but nah, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Coach Miller. He was not an asshole.
He's one of the greats.
Right. Like
we all hated to see Coach Miller.
Bonnet.
Coach Bonnet.
Right. Like
Coach Bonnet was swole.
Right. He was.
Coach Cherry.
Coach Cherry.
Coach Heath.
Coach Heath, yeah.
Coach Rex with the dirty socks.
Coach Rex. Coach Autry.
Coach Autry. Coach Autry. What was the dude?
Coach Ticket.
What was the dude that couldn't move his neck? He's a defensive coach. He used to have. Oh my bad. No. He I think he was on varsity. He had the hat. He had the cowboy hat with the wrap around it, and he couldn't move his neck. Coach Coleman. Coach Coleman. Yeah, Coach Coleman on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles don't remember none of these guys. I don't remember these guys.
I do remember them.
Them coaches are memorable, bro. The more older the coach, the more memorable. What was the little short one? Went to Iowa with a ball one.
You talking about the ball one? Little short. You talking about the receiver coach, are you?
Well, what was his name?
Odom.
Coach Odom. Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Odom.
Coach Odom, that was my dog.
Coach Odom was cool. Yeah. Then there was the one that went to Iowa. He was a receivers coach too, but he was like 5'9".
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Coach Odom. Who was our offensive coordinator? It wasn't Coach Jack.
Nah.
Billy Ray.
It was who was it? It was Antron Daddy, right? Broom? Nah. I forget who was the offensive coordinator. It was Coach Odom, right?
Yeah, maybe. It was Coach Odom, and there was another coach that went to Iowa.
It was two coaches.
It was another coach.
Yeah.
He wasn't light skinned, but he was lighter than Coach Odom. Coach Odom was dark.
I forget what his name was.
I know we see him.
He doubled over as the cornerback coach too.
He kind of looked like Trent Arnick daddy, a little bit. The police officer.
I know as far as receiving and cornerback coaches, when we had Coach Odom, we had Coach Reed, we had Coach who else would be over there? And I only know because Sad would be over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was my coach, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. The rest of y'all was like,
I can't remember this guy's name, bro.
Me neither. Yeah.
I know we know who we talking about.
Okay. Foot say Coach Jack was the offensive coordinator and Sad was the defensive coordinator.
What was that receiver's name? The receiver coach that went to Iowa.
What was the receiver coach name?
He went to Iowa.
You talking about not Coach Odom?
He know who I'm talking about. It wasn't Coach Odom. It was another guy. Coach Odom looked like a Ninja Turtle.
Coach Odom. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Coach Odom ain't gonna see this podcast. He looks just like a Ninja
Turtle, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would. Yeah. Okay. He said, yeah, it was Coach Odom.
It was Coach Odom that went to Iowa?
Yeah, Coach Odom went to Iowa. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I knew that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. With Sad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember when he got ready to leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a sad day. It was.
Yeah.
He had been there talking shit to, you know what I'm saying? Like, Coach Odom was the coolest coach. Like, he was one of the coolest coaches because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Coach Sad was real in your face. I don't give a damn type nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Coach Sad thought he was a Mac, bro. We all knew Coach Sad thought he was a Mac.
Hey.
Hell no, nigga. Hell no, we grew up in that era.
No, you
we
gotta
can't
step
say
your ass up. You gotta step your ass up off that player code. Now you violating.
Now I'm
like,
unsavory. Now
I'm
my
gonna have to
comments
toss
are
you.
unsavory.
I'm about to toss you a pair of panties.
Now I'm I'm saying locker room talk.
Nah, you start talking about what other. Hey, you start talking about what other dudes is doing with their dick for. I'm gonna toss you a pair of panties because only bitches care about that.
I ain't even. What, nigga? What? Outside of football, nigga, them teachers was on hoes, nigga. I had my own. I had my own TC teacher hate on me to my
I'm gonna have to cut this off. I'm gonna have to cut this the fuck off. I'm not going there. Hell,
I had one of my teachers hate on me to my chick. Fool. She came and told me. He told me you were a bad guy. I was like, what?
All right, y'all. Yeah, this has been another episode of Bodyguard TV's Dollar Spotlight. This nigga's gone off the rails, so we finna get the fuck up out of here, y'all. Catch up with y'all later. Man, I'm out.